Hey guys, Jenny here, your roving reporter for the College of the Liberal Arts. This week, I thought with the semester ending and a new one beginning soon that it would be a good idea to talk a little bit about LIONpath. So I had the chance to sit down with Ashley Dorsey, who is an advisor working specifically with LIONpath, and just kind of get some ideas and some advice from her. So, talking to Ashley, she said that the number one question that advisors get about LionPath is about the pre enrollment activities. Now, whereas in eLion, you didn't really have to do anything in order to enroll, you just, planned out your schedule, went in, clicked the classes you wanted and enrolled. This time with LionPath, you must complete an enrollment activity every semester. So, you're a 4 year student, you'll do it 8 times. But it's a legal reason for the school, and it's just to kind of make things run a little more smoothly, and it'll help students in the long run. Just make sure every semester that they have everything in line rather than getting through 4 years and realizing, oh no, I forgot to do something, or something like that. So a little bit annoying if you're used to eLion, but in the long run it'll be helpful, and they take maybe 5 minutes. It's not a very difficult task at all. Ashley did have some good tips just in general for LionPath. One of the main kind of ideas I got from her is that it's a little bit less automatic than it might seem, or that eLion was. And what I mean by less automatic is when you put classes into your shopping cart. So when you go through the schedule builder and you select your classes before your enrollment date and you put them in your shopping cart, that's not, it won't automatically enroll you in those classes. So on your enrollment date, you can make your shopping cart before your enrollment date, but then on your enrollment date, you actually have to physically go in and hit the enroll button in LionPath. It won't automatically enroll you in the classes in your shopping cart. I think that is, something to keep in mind, something to know, because if you miss your enrollment date, that can really be difficult in terms of scheduling and everything like that, especially if you're waiting for a specific class. Also with the waitlist, if you are waitlisted in a class, it won't, like before, someone could hold a class for you and you could go in and switch it, because it would be, oh, there's this class open, notification, and you could go in and switch it, and it was kind of a first come first serve kind of deal. With LionPath, it is literally a waiting list. You're in line. So this class, you're on a wait list for this class, you put yourself on that wait list, you're enrolled for other classes and everything. As soon as your number gets called for the class that you're waitlisted, you will be put into that class. So you won't have to, go in and try and, beat the clock with getting yourself into a waitlisted class. You will automatically be enrolled. But along with that comes with remembering to take yourself off of the waitlist for classes during the drop add period, because the waitlist will still exist during the drop add period. And if students are, dropping a class that you had originally waitlisted but then decided you didn't want anymore, it's a possibility that you will get added to a class that you're still on the wait list. You can't just, ignore the notification anymore. Underneath the waitlist kind of tab in LionPath, when you're doing your enrollment, there is also a option to swap. So if you are in one section of a class and you want a different section, say you have an 8 a.m. and you want a 10 a.m., you can do the swap option, and that just basically is like a dual kind of action thing. You click the class you want to swap, and you click the class you want to replace it, and then when the class opens up, it'll change it in your schedule for you. So it makes it a little easier. I personally think it's a little more confusing than eLion, but then again, that probably is just because I've been using eLion for 3 years. LionPath, when you listen to the people who are working with it closely talk about the benefits and everything about it, it does sound like something that will be very good and very useful and beneficial for the university as a whole. The reason for the switch from eLion to LionPath is because eLion is not very compatible with, modern higher education and modern technology and everything like that. The interface was, 30 years old. It looked good and it was more intuitive to use, but there's no possibility for, making an app for your phone or anything like that, which LionPath does actually have an app for your phone, and you can download it in the App Store. You can sign in using your Penn State ID and your password, and that has your schedule. You can have It pulls up maps of where your classes are, where your class buildings are. You can look at your, financial situation. You can look at your enrollment cart. You can drop classes right from your phone if you need to. The app, I've used it this year, and it's very, very helpful, especially the map feature. So I know that it's a little frustrating, especially for those of us who have been here for a few years, to switch, computer systems and everything like that. It's a little confusing and, frustrating. But in the long run, it will be beneficial for Penn State, and it will help students, and it will end up being easier once everything gets worked out and all the bugs are, fixed and everything like that. But if you do still have questions and need help with LIONpath, you can go through the Student Launch Center in LIONpath. There's a help tab where you can see tutorials and, instructions on how to do certain things in LIONpath, like build a schedule, get to the enrollment shopping cart where you can plan your schedule, and it'll show you all the different possibilities. Drop, add classes, the swap feature, everything like that is on there too. So if you're still a little confused and you need help, since this is really the first year that LIONpath has been a thing, people are still trying to figure it out. So the tutorial page and the help tab underneath the Student Center and LIONpath is really helpful. Thank you guys for watching today, and I'll see you next week.